Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hopefully, everybody is logged in to YouTube this morning, and hopefully, you can hear me. If you cannot hear me, please feel free to use the chat feature that is found in this live stream. But hopefully, everything is okay. For those who don't know me, I am Ms. Poindexter. I am the literacy coach here at Westside High School, and I'm also the cheerleading coach here at Westside High School. But I am here today to kickstart Level Up Thursdays here in advisement. Okay, Ms. Poindexter, what is Level Up? What are we leveling up? What are you talking about? We've never had Level Up Thursdays before in advisement. So I'm here today to tell you exactly what Level Up is and why we are going to level up. As a school, we have two goals. We have two goals here at Westside, two literacy goals, I should say. The very first literacy goal is that we want all of our students to be reading on grade level. For the last few weeks, I have been emailing students on Canvas, and I have been emailing you your Lexile levels and your Lexile range. And those numbers came from the STAR 360 assessment that you took a couple months ago. So we have to bring those numbers up because truthfully, we are all not where we need to be, right? So we are going to use Level Up Thursdays to help us reach the goal of all of our students reading on grade level. Okay, so that's goal number one, reading on grade level. Goal number two, I told you a few weeks ago on a My On video and advisement that we want the school, everyone in the school, to have 2 AR quizzes taken and passed with an 80% or higher by December 15th. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use Thursdays, Level Up Thursdays, to level up our Lexile level. Because by the end of the school year, we want everyone to be reading on grade level. And by December the 15th, we want everyone in the school to have read and passed with an 80% or higher 2 AR books and quizzes. Okay, so just a brief overview of what Level Up Thursdays will look like in advisement. So, of course, you'll come into advisement. Most likely, I'll have some type of introduction video like this where I'll kind of motivate us to get reading started. And you are going to either go into My On. Like I said earlier, I did give a presentation a few weeks ago in advisement on how to interact with the My On app. That video is still located on our Westside High School YouTube channel. So if you need a refresher, please go to the Westside High School YouTube channel to see how to interact with My On. Remember, My On has over 6,000 books across all genres, all Lexile levels. So make sure you find a book that you're interested in that's just right for you, that you want to take a Lexile, not a Lexile, I'm sorry, a AR quiz on. If you have a book of your own, like I do here, of course, you can take an AR quiz on a book of your own if you have access to books. I know right now, a lot of us are not in school. We had the option of doing virtual or face-to-face. Some of our public libraries are not open, and some of us just don't have access to a lot of books at home. So we didn't want to have any barriers in your way that if you did not have a physical book, that you were not able to participate in taking AR quizzes. So we made sure to have My On available to you. Just quickly, this is a book that I'm reading. It's called the Wisnart series, and this book was actually created by the late, great Kobe Bryant. Before he passed, he was in the process of creating a children's series, and this series in particular is about a young boy named Reggie. He was on a basketball team, and he's having to overcome some of his insecurities. I actually purchased this book 2 days before Kobe's tragic passing, and this book right now, I believe, is unavailable. So I was able to get my hand on a gem, and this book is going to be very, very valuable in the future. So not only am I reading this book and it's very, very good, but I also got my hand on something that's going to be very, very valuable in the future. But of course, if you don't have a physical book of your own, Mayan is there in class links for you to make sure that you have access to books to take the AR quiz on. Being in education for 10 years, I know that reading is not the thing that a lot of students really gravitate towards, right? And I was that student. I remember growing up, being in elementary school, and I disliked reading. So it's just amazing to me now how I'm actually a reading teacher, right? So it just took me to practice overcoming my insecurities. I actually had a speech impediment, so that really, really, really made me insecure about my reading. But it took practice. And what we're going to do for you is give you that practice every Thursday in Level Up Thursday. So we want to make sure that if we're asking you to reach goals for us, that we give you the time to actually practice. With anything that you want to be successful in, you have to practice, right? If you're on a sports team, if you want to go out and win games, you can't just go to the game, right? You have to go to practices before the game. Reading is the same way. So if you want to see an increase in your Lexile level by the end of the year, you can't just wait to read during that test. You have to make sure you give yourself practice so that when you see that test, it's not surprising, it's not intimidating, because you have had time to read in between. So this is what I want you to do right now. Because today is the kickstart of Level Up Thursdays, I want us right now, if you have your device, to go ahead and log into Mayan, because I want us to go ahead and get acclimated to what Thursdays will look like. So teachers, advisement teachers, if you can right now, help me out in monitoring this. What I want all the students to do right now, if you have your device, I want you to go ahead and log into ClassLink and log into Mayan. If you have a book of your own, of course you can read your own book, but remember, if you are in school right now face to face, if you have your book, it is your book. You cannot pass this book or share your book with anyone else. So if you have a book of your own, that's fine. If you do not, go ahead and log into Mayan. So you go to ClassLink, and then you'll go to Mayan. And I want you to go ahead and start browsing that library. Browse that library to see what book you want to take your AR quiz on, because remember, December 15th, we want everyone in the school to play their part to have 2 books read with 2 AR quizzes passed with an 80% or higher. What I want to do really quickly, though, is give a few students, well, not a few, it's actually a couple of students, a shout out. When I presented that Mayan advisement PowerPoint presentation, there were some students who went ahead and they got on it, and they've already started passing those AR quizzes. So these are the students who I want to give a shout out to this morning: Tyrese, Jaquan, Courtney, Amir, Austin, Ben, Estefania, Zion G, Michael H, Iming, Zion M, Paul, Yaniko, LaKendrick, Jayla, Jeffrey, Patrick, Adrian, and Kenneth. I want to say thank you to those students who got started. They already started passing those quizzes. There are some students on this list who exceeded already. They already exceeded those 2 AR quizzes. There are a few students on here who already have 4 or 5 AR quizzes taken within their Lexile range, and they made it 80% or higher. So what I want you to do, go ahead and browse. I want you to choose a book. I want you to go ahead and start reading, because I'm going to be monitoring. Next Thursday, I want to have a new shout out list. I want to have a new shout out list next Thursday where I can congratulate you. Also, every student who I shout out, guess what? Your name is going to go into a drawing for a prize. Every student who I shout out, I'm going to put your name in a drawing. Whether you're face-to-face or virtual, you are able to be a part of that contest. So I want you to make sure that you're not only just reading for the contest, but that you're reading because we want to level up our Lexile scores. We want to level up our Lexile scores. What do we want to do? We want to level up our Lexile scores. Westside, we can do it. I know we can. I want to motivate you. I want us to make sure that we are intentional about our reading. I want to make sure that we practice our reading because we want to look good. We want to look good. We want to make sure that we make your parents proud. We want to make you proud. We want to make Mr. Horton proud. We want to make the school district proud. And we want to make Westside look good. Okay, so Thursdays have officially been declared as Level Up Thursdays. I will be checking and monitoring. And right now, I want you all to spend the rest of advisement going to their Mayan app, choosing a book. Some of the books are like 25 pages. You can do that. You can do that, right? All right. I really enjoyed this kickoff. I hope that this has motivated you to level up your Lexile level and just to care a little bit more about your reading. For those students who are already on grade level, you can still level up. You can still level up. If you are already reading on grade level, set another goal for yourself, okay? So everyone is going to level up. No matter what your Lexile level is, we can all improve, all right? All right, see you later. I'll see you next Thursday, but I will be monitoring. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or to write me on Canvas. See y'all later.